Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. It's another Friday stream, which means it's going to be a little hotter, a little sexier, a little bit more real, a little bit more raw. I don't know why. These are the things that just come to my mind as I start rambling at the intro. I apologize ahead of time. You don't know what's going to happen. This was supposed to get going at 9:30. I was pretty balls deep in Aragon, reading that book 2. To my son, so everything's just been kind of pushed back. I didn't actually know what I was going to do for this live stream, and oh my god, here we are, shot out of a cannon. Brian Davis, before I even get through the monologue at the beginning, he has already given $5. Thank you, Brian. And this is a precursor to what the episode is going to be about, which is me going through the year 2023, looking at the top movies that came out and deciding amongst them the 10 worst and the 10 best. Now, today is really going to be homework for all of us. I have put together, I'm putting together a list in real time. I have a website that I went to, and it lists off a bunch of these movies. It's possible it missed a couple. We're going to have to just kind of work through it. I'm hoping that's where you can come in and say, Adam, in September, this came out, you missed it, it's not on this list. We can't miss films, especially ones that are so good or so bad, they have to be on the list. Now, my list is probably not going to be boiled down to 10 good and 10 bad. I'm going to put a bunch on there, and then from that, I'm going to have to really sit down and soak them in and think back to all the torture that was brought to me from the bad ones and all the joy that I celebrate from the good ones. Brian Davis says, number 1, Killers of the Flower Moon. Terrible title, but a great movie. He said, love performance by Lily Gladstone. Number 2, I thought he was going to say more. My inflection go, love the performance by Lily Gladstone. That's it. Number 2, Oppenheimer. Light storyline, inflection point with focus, RDJ's character. RDJ, of course, short for Robert Downey Jr. Okay. Those are 2 fantastic picks, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up in my top 10 as well, Brian. Thank you. We're going to go through it, though. We're going to find out. Brian brings up another good point. Super chats are always fun. They're always welcome here. It's how I make the large bulk of the channel revenue. It's been pointed out by several people that I also need to say, hey, if you don't catch me live, there is a super thanks icon under each and every video I post, whether it's a live or a regular video. You can actually go on any video, hit the super thanks, and you can give $1, $5, whatever, just to show, hey, Adam, I'm not on Patreon, I'm not on YouTube Join, but here's $5. I appreciate you. Thank you for what you do, and I appreciate that. So with that being said, I don't have any of the real big announcements. I'm still working on the script for the Hunger Games roast that is in the works. Outside of that, yeah, I had a movie review co-op earlier today for something. What the hell did I watch earlier today? What did I put up? Napoleon review is up. It's out. It's in the ether. It'll be up on the podcast tomorrow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and whatnot. With that said, let's jump into it. I'm going to share my screen. And there we are. This is from MovieWeb. I did several minutes of searching, and this is the best one presenting popular movies in the best way I could see. So we're going to go with this. January, we have House Party. I did not see House Party. I should also point this out. Listen, this is a movie channel. I'm a one-man operation. I don't go to every movie that comes out. I don't stream at home every movie that comes out. I love movies. I don't want to hate movies. And if I'm forcing myself to watch every pile of shit that gets released, that's no way to live. That's not way to have a healthy, normal functioning life. I avoid movies that I think will be bad or movies that I have no interest in unless they're big releases in theaters. A big release in theaters can look terrible, and I'll still go to that because that's something that's important to get a review out on. House Party, I bring this up because House Party showed up. The remake or reboot or maybe a soft sequel, full sequel. I don't know what it is, and I didn't want to see it. It looked terrible. I didn't see A Man Called Otto either with Tom Hanks. That was an Apple exclusive. I don't have Apple Plus. I think it came in, maybe it was a Netflix movie. You know what? I don't know. I don't give a shit. I didn't watch it. Didn't see Alice Darling. Is that Anna Kendrick? It is. Okay, that's some sort of indie hipster crap. Alone at Night. I don't know what any of these movies are at this point. I saw Megan. Megan came out January 6th. Kids versus Aliens. What is that nonsense? I liked Megan. I don't think it's going to be top 10 material, but I did like Megan. You know, another aside before I continue on. I noticed the TV behind me that has a beautiful animated background of a nice fire in a cave. I noticed that the TV's been on the fritz and it's kind of doing a loading thing once in a while. This is pre-going live. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to continue to do that, but we're going to monitor the situation closely. It says I'm 1 bar, 2 bar, fairly good connection tonight. I don't know what that's all about. That's concerning to me. So please let me know if there's any audio syncing out of order. After the stream, I will be doing Twitch separately. I am on Twitch right now, streaming live, but I will be exclusively Twitch after this at Adam Does Movies, playing a little Mario Maker 2. Playing it terribly, but the story continues over on Twitch. So please join me. Twitch.tv/Adam Does Movies. Okay, let's continue. No more interruptions, I hope. Okay, let's keep going. Infinity Pool, I did not see. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Missing. What are these movies? Plane? Gerard Butler? Mike Coulter? What are these movies? I remember seeing the trailer for Plane, actually. I thought it looked terrible. Sick. Peacock exclusive. The Amazing Maurice. The Pale Blue Eye, The Price We Pay, The Sun. I don't know any of these people. You people. That's an actual movie. You people. Okay, we're in February. January, it looks like I only watched 1 movie out of this list. That's not good. February, we have 80 for Brady. Spoiler, I didn't see this pile of shit. Maybe it's great. You know what? Maybe Jane Fonda and Sally Field, I call her Say-Faye, maybe they still have what it takes to pack the seats, but they didn't win me over. Oh, here we are. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. We like to call it Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Shitia. This is going to be the first one I throw on my list. Let's bring up the list. Worst. Ant-Man, Quantum Shitia, we'll put. So we have 1 on the worst side. I did see Cocaine Bear. I enjoyed Cocaine Bear. I got exactly what I expected to out of it, which was a fun time. I did see Knock at the Cabin. I didn't mind this movie, didn't love it, didn't really hate it. I thought it was missing something at the end, which is ironic because M. Night's known for his twists, and the twist at Knock at the Cabin was there really wasn't a twist. I did not see Magic Mike's Last Dance. My wife recently suggested we watch it just, I think, a couple nights ago. We did not, but it was floated. And I said, well, Lindsay, we haven't even seen the other two Magic Mikes. And she said, I don't think it really matters. Touche. Touche. Didn't see any of these. Oh, I did see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another one for the worst list. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Winnie the Shit is really what it should be called. Winnie the Shit. Out of a cannon, we have another. Life is Good, member for 1 month. The Pale Blue Eye is a pretty good, I can't even read these super chats. Life is Good becomes a member on Adam Does Movies YouTube channel for 1 month. Thank you, Life is Good. He says, the Pale Blue Eye is pretty good in my humble opinion. Did I say did I mention Pale Blue Eye? Is that something I said earlier? Oh, there it is. I'm just reading things and not really digesting what they are. Okay, what is that? Christian Bale? It's Christian Bale, I think. I don't see his name on there. It looks like him. Okay, well. Life is Good says Pale Blue Eye is good. One of you might want to check that out. We are in March. We have Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. I enjoyed this film. I went in with the lowest of low expectations. I took my kids. We had a good time. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Not good. Here's the deal. I have reviewed a lot of movies this year. The only one I was way too soft on was Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I watched it again with my kids. I think we had a fine time, but I have never thought about this movie once since, and I think it was probably pretty bad, but I gave it a pass. And that's probably the worst review I have on the channel for this year. There's plenty worse over the years for sure. Adam Driver 65. This is a completely mid movie. I enjoyed it enough. Not bad. Not great. Goldilocks porridge situation with 65. We're getting into movies I've never heard of, such as Assassin. It looks like a Bruce Willis paycheck. We got A Good Person. Florence Pugh, Morgan Freeman, some sort of indie shit. Boston Strangler, Hulu. Children of the Corn, 85. I don't know. What Children of the Corn are we on at this point? What is this? Willem Dafoe, Inside, and I did see Creed 3. I enjoyed Creed 3. I don't think it's going to make top 10 of the year, but Creed 3 was good. You know what? We are in March, January, February, March. We're already 3 months in. So we are already a fourth of the way through the year. So out of safety, out of precaution, I am going to put Creed 3 on the best of. Just because this is where we're at. I don't know. I really don't know. John Wick Chapter 4. More like John Wick Chapter Snore. No, I'm joking. I enjoyed John Wick Chapter 4. I do think it's 75 minutes too long, and I got it. By the fifth roll down the stairs, I think you made the point. I wouldn't put it on a top 10 in most years, but again, we're gonna hedge our bets. John Wick 4. We're gonna throw it on here just out of a precaution. Did I miss anything? We're in March is a big month, man. Murder Mystery 2. I thought Murder Mystery 1 was awful. I didn't even make it 15 minutes into the movie and I shut it off. I did not bother with Murder Mystery 2. Scream. Is this Scream 6? Yeah, Scream 6 was fine. Not great. Good luck with Scream 7 now that both of the main actresses have dropped out of the picture. That sounds like a shit show. That sounds fun. Yikes. Okay, I don't know what these are. The Elephant's Magician. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Magician's Elephant. The Elephant's Magician sounds fun too, though. The Siege. Transfusion. What are these movies? Unseen and Wildflower. Okay. Just as another aside, someone will get a kick out of this and maybe can relate. Netflix has been pushing their new movies and shows coming out for the year. And one of the big ones they were promoting for a long time was, and now I'm forgetting the name. What was it? oh shit, what's that show where the people compete in a Hunger Games-esque competition to not die and they win a bunch of money if they survive? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name, and I'm the one that brought this up out of nowhere. I might have to let the chat give me a second. I'm not sure if it's a Korean film or what. Squid Game, thank you. Matt Sclero, out of a fucking cannon. Doesn't super chat, but I see it and I hear you and I know you. Okay, so Squid Game Challenge is promoted all around Netflix. Lindsay and I, my wife, are looking for something to watch the other night, and it shows up, and we are like kids in a candy store. And she'll say otherwise. She'll say that I misled. That's not true at all. It looked like, and they presented it like to idiots as myself. They presented it like it was season 2 of Squid Game instead of some reality TV show nonsense bullshit. And so we click on this thing. There's no indicator that this is a spin-off reality show at all. They go out of their way when the show starts up to present it like it's something more than a reality TV show. They never even say it's this. I can't. I just can't. Anyway, it took a good couple minutes before it hit me that, wait, this doesn't look like a this doesn't look like the production value of season 1. Something's amiss here. And it was a miss. I was very let down that Squid Game season 2 is not out, and we don't even know when it's coming. But the challenge, I did not watch. I do not care. Kyle Nelson disagrees. He says it was very clear by the ads. Well, I didn't see. You know what, Kyle? I will give you that there were clear ads earlier on in the year. That's fair. I had forgotten all about it for months. And then it shows up at the front door like a new puppy that's been dropped off. And so with my terrible memory and the shock of seeing Squid Game up on the TV, I was excited. And yes, this is a problem only I probably have, but I'm bringing it up because I'm sad about it. We have a super chat from the top rung. Kyle Nelson for a gorgeous $10. Probably wants to take it back now after hearing my stupidity. Best movies. He lists all 10 of them out. Number 1, Miss Marvel. Number 2, Ant-Man. Number 3, Wish. This is the greatest troll I've had yet on this channel. Number 4, Blackberry. Number 5, Fast 10. Some people call it Fast X. Number 6, Winnie the Pooh. You know it, Blood and Honey. Number 7, 80 for Brady. Number 8, Meg to the Trench. Number 9, Transformers 9. I don't think it's Transformers 9. Number 10, Indiana Jones. Some people call it Indiana Bones. Thank you, Kyle. That might be the greatest best of list, and definitely not the worst of list. Thank you, Kyle, for that. Life is good. Gifted 5 Adam Does Movies memberships. You love to see it. That means 5 random members that are on this chat, that are on this stream, have now become Adam Does Movies join members. They're friends now. They get little badges, little icons next to their name. They get exclusive access to 300 plus videos. They're at their fingertips. Thank you. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Let's get back to what's not good. Well, maybe. Air. I'm going to put Air on my top 10. I'm going to go ahead and get it right on up there. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This was probably a good movie. I'm actually bummed I didn't get to see it. I wanted to. Things got in the way. Life happens. Beau is Afraid. This could go both on my worst of list and best of list for many different reasons. I'm going to keep it off both out of a precaution. When I came out with this review, I wasn't sure if I was going to put a Rotten Tomatoes score up. I think I ended up I did end up going fresh with it. I stand by that. But I'm not entirely sure if I did go back and review it. Someone can let me know if they want. Big George Foreman did not see. I'm sick of kind of this, biopic crap. I've seen a million of those. What are these movies? I don't know what any of these are. Click. Evil Dead. Oh, I've never seen that poster for Evil Dead Rise. I dug Evil Dead Rise. I liked it quite a bit. I'm gonna put it on my best of the year. Evil Dead Rise, best of the year. Insane if it makes it, but it's on there for now. Listen, I celebrate Ana de Armas's entire catalog, but I did not watch Ghosted. I heard it was terrible. I think that's it's an Apple TV exclusive. On the contrary, I heard Guy Ritchie's The Covenant is phenomenal. Did not watch either. I need to watch The Covenant. It's on my growing list that never ends. Some of these movies are just wait, Oregon Trail? There's an Oregon Trail movie? What nonsense is this? And then Owen Wilson's Paint. This movie bombed really badly. Didn't see it. Owen Wilson plays Bob Ross. Yeah, no thanks. Ugh, I saw Renfield. This one disappointed me. I know a lot of people dug it. Aquafina's in it, so it's automatically losing a lot of points in my book. I just can't stand her. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal at all. It needed more Cage. It needed less everything else. Not bad though. It's still a fun watch. Just I was bummed out. Sisu, another one that was really highly touted or toted, if you must, as this John Wick meets Nazi killing. It just, I like a simple premise. I like a quick story, I like a fast pace. This had all of that. Movie's an hour and maybe an hour and a half, maybe hour 40. It runs pretty well. And honestly, I didn't think I would have to say this, but it's too paper thin. There's just so little to this film that I needed a little extra, a little bit something more. Fun watch, just wasn't as great as everybody told me it was. Pope's Exorcist, I had a fun time with it. Totally schlock, totally stupid. Okay, we had the Super Mario Brothers movie also came out in, what month are we in? April? God, I'm putting Mario on the best of list because I'm not a real critic, even though I'm certified and all that stuff. Real critics would say this movie's terrible. It's just fan service and all that stuff. They're right, but I'm a fan of Mario, and I was going into a movie like Mario hoping it would be colorful, it'd be fun, it would have a lot of callbacks to the video games, it would be a serviceable story, and it was all of that. Can't really fault the movie for giving me exactly what I wanted. Did not see the arc of the Aardvark. Imagine it's quite the diamond in the rough, but I did not see that one. We are now in May. We're now in May. About My Father. I don't know what this is. Blackberry. No. Disney's Crater. What? I go Disney just puts out shit. Never even heard of it. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Fast 10. We're going to tentatively put this on the worst list. We're going to go ahead and throw that right on the worst list, just to be safe. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is going to be one that stays on my best of. I can tell you that. Guardians Vol 3. Best of, for sure. Really dug that movie. I did not see Ben Affleck in Hypnotic. I'm guessing he sleepwalks through this film like he has been in many of his movies lately. Oh my God, what are these movies? We're just kind of skipping through a lot of stuff that I've never even heard of. Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. What? Interesting. I didn't even know that existed. Oh, The Little Mermaid. Why did they go? The Little Mermaid comes up May 26th. They put The Little Mermaid 1989. I think that was the original. Might want to update that, or who cares? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make the worst. I mean, I'm gonna put it on worst of list, but I think it'll probably get kicked off because the movie's just so mediocre. It's not horrible by any stretch of the imagination. It's a movie based on a much better version of a movie. Did not see The Machine. It looked god awful. Is that J-Law? The Mother? Jennifer Lopez stars in The Mother. She's got a big fur coat on and what looks to be maybe a sniper rifle, or those arrows in a I'm not sure what that is. A quiver of arrows? No, what are these? You Hurt My Feelings. We're in June. Asteroid City. Asteroid City was a complete shit show for me. I didn't understand this movie at all. I don't think it understood itself. Yeah, you got to be like a hardcore fan to really get that one. I did not get it. I didn't appreciate it. Elemental, I enjoyed. I'm gonna throw it on the best of. I'm guessing it's also gonna get kicked off. Elemental. This movie got a lot of guff. People are blowing a lot of hot smoke at Elemental. But you know what? I didn't think it was watered down at all. I thought, in fact, it rocked. There was 3 puns there based on the elements. Okay. Indiana Bones and the Dial of Destiny. We're going to toss that right on over to the worst. Indiana Bones. Skantadanta, skantadam. I like to know hard feelings. It was a fun comedy. Not going to make the best, but it was a fun time. What do we have on the best? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're in June. We got a long ways to go. Simulant. What the fuck? I did not see Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken, although I think it's Kraken on Paramount Plus right now or some such streaming service. Gonna toss Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on the best of list, although I don't think it's as good as a lot of people do. I was actually a bit let down by this one, but I still liked it. Strays, I thought was garbage. I'm going to throw that on the worst of list. Probably won't stay. I didn't even finish it. I found it so... Strays was like... Oh, what's that stupid food animated movie? Not Food Fight. The one where the Seth Rogen vehicle where the hot dog goes into the bun and it's all sexual. That was god awful. And the whole movie's premise was one note jokes of look at food is swearing and being gross. Strays is about a bunch of talking dogs talking and being gross and swearing. A lot of swearing. Yeah, no thanks. The Blackening was very meh. Didn't care for that one very much. I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't love it. Didn't see The Boogeyman. Looked like trash. The Flash, not going to be on the best, not going to be on the worst. Rise of the Beast, same thing. Same thing. In July, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm going to throw it on the best of list. I'm guessing it's going to get kicked off. I didn't love this one. I put it somewhere in the middle of the Mission Impossible pack, which is still which is still good. I like all the Mission Impossible movies. Kyle Nelson for $2 says, does the Taylor Swift movie count as a movie? I don't think it does. I didn't pay for it as a movie ticket. I paid for it as a concert movie experience. That ticket was $22 or $24. So no, it's not a movie. If they're going to pretend it's a concert experience, then it doesn't get the credentials. It doesn't get the acknowledgement as a film. Thank you for the question, Kyle. You can't have your cake and eat it too, Taylor. Oh, God. Bird Box of shit. I hated Bird Box Barcelona. That's going on the list. Bird Box of bullshit. Barcelona. That's going to stay too. I hated that movie. Didn't see Cobweb. I heard Cobweb was really good from several people. So maybe check that one out based on several people that you don't know. Haunted Mansion, didn't bother. Was tempted to go to it, but I knew it was going to be bad. So, and no one cared at all. This is one of the few instances where the Disney movie went to theaters. I probably should have gone and saw it, but no one did, and no one had any interest. I didn't have any real job to do there. Insidious, The Red Door was trash. I'm going to throw that on the worst list. Barely watchable. Didn't see Joyride. Looked incredibly unfunny. Oppenheimer's going to get tossed on the best. The Sound of Freedom. I'm going to do something fun here. Oh, I was going to do... Oh, man. I had another list idea. I was going to do the top 5 worst fandoms of 2023. The top 5 worst movie fandoms. Let's see if we can get that done. Top 5 worst movie fandoms. So Sound of Freedom is number one. Five Nights at Freddy's is number two. The Snyder Cult is just perpetually always there and obnoxious. That's just a ongoing year to year. They'll just never die out. And I don't mean worst movie fandoms as in they're celebrating their film and they're passionate about it and they love it and they're screaming to the mountaintops. No, I'm talking about people that were obnoxiously mean, assholes, leaving comments that had nothing to do with the film, calling me racist or a pedo or every name under the sun because I merely criticized the film that they like. In the case of Sound of Freedom, I was actually very kind in my review because I didn't even hate the movie. I just thought it was, I didn't think it was good, but I didn't think it was terrible either. But man, they were some of the worst people. You know, these supposed religious, really kind individuals said some of the meanest crap I've ever been called in over a decade on YouTube. So well done. Well done there, strangers. The Meg, for some reason, had a really impressively obnoxious fan base just going at me because I didn't like the Meg too. We need one more, but we'll probably find it as we move down the list. Oh, you know what? We could put the Little Mermaid on there. The Little Mermaid. My trailer reaction, yeah, I was called everything under the sun from the Little Mermaid stands. Of course, racist, of course, being the biggest one. Even though I said Halle Bailey looks and sounds like the only good thing about the film. I never said one thing about the race or anything. I just said she seems great in the role, but the movie looks like garbage. Okay, we got that done fast. Wow, nice. Okay, I enjoyed Talk to Me a lot. I'm going to put that on the best of list. Again, it's probably not going to stay because the best of list is actually larger than the worst of list. For all the people that say I hate so many movies, we're actually being a lot more positive. Oh, here comes the bad ones. You're Not So Into My Bat Mitzvah. This was a freaking terrible movie. You are so not into my bat mitzvah. Adam Sandler was kind of all over this movie's promotional pieces because he and 45 of his family members are in this, but he has nothing to do with it as far as the writing and the directing, I believe. I think he's just acting in this thing with his family and friends. So we can't fully blame Sandler this time around. Nelson's back. Kyle Nelson, $5. Dead Reckoning Part 1 can't be a best movie because it's only half a movie. It's just Part 1. Then we could say the same for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse because that's also a Part 1. So two of my movies are only half-finished stories. I don't know if I would agree with that, Kyle. I think that I do agree with you that the stories have finished. But the movie's job is to entertain and to, in this sense, get me to want to watch the second part. I mean, I could say the same thing for a Breaking Bad when it gets done with season 1 or Game of Thrones or any of these shows that are ongoing. You don't rate the movies or the TV shows based on, their fully finished package if they have more story to tell. And so for a lot of those soap opera-ish type TV shows, they're very much like, we're setting up a big thing, but we're not finishing it until all the way in season 5. You just have to judge the individual pieces. And if you have continued interest in it, then it did its job. What else do you have to say, sir? Kyle Nelson for $5 more. Beautiful $5 says Disney stands defending Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a personal, this is a personal check. I didn't actually get any Star Wars hate, and I did an entire season of Mandalorian. I shit on almost every episode of The Mandalorian, the new season, I hated. And I freaking destroyed. Those are almost like full roast episodes, 8 or 9 of them, however many they were. I did the whole season. Highly recommend you watch those if you watch The Mandalorian new season. It's a fun time. And I didn't get almost any hate on those videos. And Marvel was the same. When I put out my Ant-Man and the Wasp review and I destroyed that movie, not a lot of negative comments. Really not many at all. And the Marvels, I actually gave a pass. I thought the movie was fine, so I'm not going to get much hate on that. Now, if I would have been mean to the Marvels, maybe. I just it's so weird. You have to be in the algorithm's favor for starters. I'm rarely ever, it seems, in the algorithm's favor on YouTube. You'll see competing channels to mine, or companion channels, I guess, and they'll have 10 times the views or 3 times the views or whatever to mine, and I'll put the review out the same day. But I will only get like 1,000 or 3,000 views compared to their 20,000 views. So it tells me that I'm mostly going to my subscribers and not general moviegoers or watchers of YouTube. And so I'm not getting hit with a lot of the outside commentary. Sound of Freedom, for instance, I did. I had a lot of views on those videos, so a lot of new people came to my channel. And yeah, I'm sure the Star Wars stans and the Marvel people are incredibly obnoxious if you fall into that fold. I guess I just avoided it this year. Thanks, YouTube, for not pushing the channel. All right, let's keep going. Thank you, Kyle. Blue Beetle, incredibly mediocre. I did get you know what? We could put Blue Beetle on the hate list for top 5 worst movie fandoms. Blue Beetle, aka DC. I don't even know if I would call them DC like stands though. They're just straight up Blue Beetle people that hated that I thought the movie was very generic. Didn't see Bottoms. Oh, Heart of Stone. We're gonna throw that on the worst of list. Heart of Stone. That was atrocious. That's Gal Gadot, Netflix movie. Gran Turismo was damn good. It's crazy. It's crazy that I'm saying this out loud, but I'm going to put Gran Turismo on my best of 2023 list options. I really like this movie. It surprised the hell out of me. Biggest surprise of the year. I really like The Last Voyage of the Demeter. We're going to put that on the top 10. It's probably going to get kicked off, but I enjoyed it. Could have been about 15 minutes shorter is the big hang-up I have, which is usually the hang-up I have. There's the Meg 2, The Trench. We'll throw that on the worst of the year. It might stick. It might just stick. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. We're going to put that on the best of the year. This was awesome. Can't spell mayhem. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new 3D, 2D animated hybrid, along with Spider-Man, showcased that, wow, Disney could actually do something like this and kind of trick people into thinking they're still doing classic 2D animation without having to go back to it. I saw an interview from, I don't know, some dude, some animator from Disney who outright said Disney's never going back to 2D animation. They can't go back to 2D hand-drawn animation because they don't have the infrastructure for it. All those places that they did that at, all that talent that they had there before, completely gone. They're gone. So they would have to rebuild the whole thing to start doing it again on a large scale for a movie. Not to say they couldn't, but he seemed very uninspired. Okay, we are in September. We're almost done with this. We have The Haunting in Venice. I like The Haunting in Venice. This is the 3rd part of whatever that book series is. I already forgot. I enjoyed this. Dix the Musical. I don't know what that is. Dumb Money. I like Dumb Money quite a bit. This was a good one. I don't think I reviewed it on the channel. I kept meaning to, but I got busy or something. But Dumb Money was about the AMC stock trading that went on a couple years ago during COVID. And the Wall Street guys were getting pissed because they were losing billions of dollars. It was a pretty awesome movie. I liked how it was filmed. The acting was great. I like the poster, the middle finger with the money. That's great. Expendables 4 sucked ass. We're going to put that on the worst list. Expendables. I'm going to put Dumb Money on the top contender. Not sure if it's going to stick, but we're putting it there. Expendables 4 was embarrassingly bad. Embarrassingly bad. It Lives Inside. I did not do a full review on this. I saw it at one of those early screeners. I didn't like this movie. It had a decent premise. It was cool that it was a creature, a demon from a different. I don't even know what to say. I like that it was unique. It was a creature from like a different religion. It wasn't this American, boogeyman. It was something different. That made it interesting, but it was just kind of boring and it felt like it spun its wheels a lot. It didn't really go anywhere. Oh, I completely missed my Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. What a shame. I bet that was based on this poster, which is horrendous. I'm guessing the movie's not much better. Some people like No One Will Save You, the Hulu movie. I thought it kind of sucked. I don't think it's worst of material. It might. I'm looking at my worst of material. Oof. It's not going to make the worst of, but it wasn't good. Saw 10 I enjoyed for what it was. It gave me what I wanted. Spy Kids Armageddon. I did not catch Spy Kids Armageddon, and I have seen all the other Spy Kids films. Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 2, Spy Kids 3D. You know what? I take that back. I did not see Spy Kids 4 or whatever that was called with Jessica Alba. Did not see that one. The Creator, another movie where I was maybe a little too nice about. It does have a pretty stupid story, but I thought the visuals and the designs and all the ideas carried the movie well enough. I was interested in it from beginning to end, even though the final act is pretty stupid. And it does abruptly end about 5 minutes too early. The overall was better than worse. The Nun 2, didn't care for that one. We're in October. I don't know what any of these movies are. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's, incredibly lame. In my humblest of opinion, incredibly lame. But it's all about the lore, Adam. It's about that rich lore, is what the fans would say. Whatever the fuck that means. About the lore. Give me a break. Killers of the Flower Moon. We're going to put that on the best of. Best of the year with one of the worst titles ever. Scorsese's back, baby. Didn't see Pain Hustlers, but I like Emily Blunt and I like Chris Evans. Might have to check into that one. Did not see Pet Sematary Bloodlines, the Paramount Plus exclusive. What's with Paramount Plus doing these bizarre spin-off movies of popular franchises? They had Pet Sematary Bloodlines. They also had a Paranormal Activity spin-off movie that my wife watched. I didn't see it. Looked horrendous. It was about a cult. It might have been called The Cult. Paranormal Activity. Here we have Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, not a movie. They don't call it a movie. I don't call it a movie. The Exorcist Believer. People hated this film. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't like this movie. I thought it was a passable, mediocre experience with some pretty insulting character assassination. I did enjoy Totally Killer. I don't think I reviewed this. I can't remember if I did. It was a Netflix exclusive, short for exclusive. No, I'm sorry, Prime. It's a Prime exclusive. Not bad. Back to the Future-esque killer. They have to travel in time, figure out who it is to save the mom and the friends. I liked it. I did like it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. All right, in November, we are caught up, which means we have one more month to go in December. I'm not thinking, I know this is crazy. I'm not thinking Aquaman 2 is going to be on my best of list. I also don't think it's going to be on my worst of list. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot coming out. Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was fine. I thought it was a perfectly watchable movie, nothing more. That might be the last big movie that I saw that came out. I'm seeing a lot of trash Christmas stuff here. Oh, How to Ruin the Holidays. What is this? Is that Ryan Stiles? Is that his name? The dude from Whose Line Is It Anyway? I can't remember if that's his name. I liked him. That was a funny show. Oh yeah, Adam Sandler's Leo is out on Netflix. That just came out a few days ago. I haven't watched it yet. I can't imagine anything could get me to watch it outside of a gun to the head. And we have Napoleon, which I just reviewed today. I liked it, didn't love it, not top 10 material for me. It's 2.5 hours long. If they would have shortened it up, maybe gave me a bit more emotional stake, I could have seen this movie a little higher on my list because it does look beautiful. It has some solid performances. Just overall, kind of a questioning. Like why was this movie made? I don't really understand what we were doing with it. And I think that's where we're at, right? We're on the 24th today. So what's coming out? What's coming up? Oh, Thanksgiving. They got Thanksgiving down the list. I like Thanksgiving a lot. I'm gonna put it on my best of. This was a fun slasher. This was a surprise hit for me. Maybe another list I could do in December would be top 10 surprises. And that could be either top 10 movies that surprise in a good way or in a bad way. That'd be fun. Maybe I workshop that behind the scenes. Okay, these movies are just kind of like randomly tossed around. What? Why? Yeah, we're going all over the place in November. The Marvels, mediocre, fun, dumb, disposable, garbage, McDonald's, Happy Meal stuff. Not going to make the best or worst. Marsh King's Daughter did not see. Nobody saw it at all. It didn't even, I think it made like $1 million maybe at the box office. The Killer, David Fincher movie really let me down. That's one that I'd probably put on big surprise of the year in the bad sense of the word. I didn't hate this movie, but I was far from really liking it all the same. Very disappointed with that one. Did not see Trolls Band Together, believe it or not. Didn't head to that one. And then we have Disney's Wish, the most mediocre film I've ever seen in my life, just across the board. I could not believe this was a Disney movie. The fall from grace continues, especially when this one was touted as their 100-year celebration. Some of the ugliest looking animation I've seen in a very long time from a massive studio. They should be ashamed, to be honest with you. They should be embarrassed. What do we have coming up? We have a very Demi holiday special. That looks like hell. Silent Night's coming out soon, the new John Woo flick. I'm excited for that. We have Aquaman 2. Don't care, but I'll see it, of course. What else? Big movies for December. Oh, yeah. Godzilla -1. I'm all in for Godzilla -1. That movie looks freaking awesome. Ferrari. Is Michael Mann? I had no idea Ferrari was a Michael Mann film. I'll be there for sure. Day fun. Okay, I got something else. Oh my God. Now the Gringo. How the Gringos Stole Christmas. Oh, with George Lopez. Gross. Look at that poster. Is horrible. What is going on? I think that's about it. We have this naked dude here. Magazine Dreams. No idea what that's all about. That's crazy. Migration, the new Illumination movie. That looks terrible. And I like Illumination movies, but Migration looks pretty bad. I'll be there. We have May, December. I'll be seeing that. God, a lot of movies come out in December. I'm not going through these. You know what? What am I doing? I already did a what's coming up for the rest of the year a few streams back. I don't need to beat a dead horse. We're going to stop there. It is 10:49. I've been live streaming for 50 minutes. If you have any more super chats, throw it in the list. Throw it at me right now because I'm going to be hanging up the phone here pretty quick. I've said all I need to say. We have, let me go through and tell you what I have to work with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man, I'm not getting rid of a lot off my worst list. So far on the best list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 movies on my best to pare down to 10. On my worst list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it, 12. I enjoyed 17 movies far more than I hated 12 movies. I mean, say I don't like movies all you want, but it's just not true. It doesn't bear out. So what we have to work with is Creed 3, John Wick 4, Air, Evil Dead Rise, Mario Brothers movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Elemental, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, Talk to Me, Gran Turismo, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Dumb Money, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Thanksgiving. I can easily chop off a bunch of those and be comfortable with what I have left. The worst, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumshidia, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Fast 10, The Little Mermaid, Indiana Bones, Strays, Bird Box bullshit, Insidious, The Red Door, You're So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah, Heart of Stone, Meg 2, The Trench, and Expendables 4. I can whittle that down to 10 pretty easily too and be very happy. All right, that is my list. That's what we have to work with. Wait. Matt Sclero says, Matt Sclero for $10, $9.99 out of a fucking cannon right before I closed down shop, says you skipped Barbie. Matt, did I skip Barbie or did this skip Barbie? Because I didn't see it. Was it listed on here? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Matt, you are right. I did skip Barbie. I probably saw it, noted it in my brain, and then said, you know what? It's not bad or good in my opinion. It wouldn't go on the best or worst of 2023 by any stretch. But you are right. I did not acknowledge its existence as one of the big movies that came out. And it is arguably the biggest movie. Is it even arguable? I think it made over $1 billion. I think it surpassed the Mario Brothers movie. So it's the top grosser for the year, if I'm not mistaken. It's at least in the top 3. Incredibly impressive performance from Barbie. Margot Robbie actually just came out and said she doesn't think there's going to be a sequel. She said everything they wanted to tell is in the first movie. I mean, good luck sticking to that. Because there's no way Warner Brothers is sitting there going, you know what? I think we're done with this Barbie thing. I think we mined this for all it's worth. No, they're going to be asking for scripts every single day until nobody's playing with Barbie toys anymore. They're going to want to milk this cash cow. So good luck, Margot Robbie. Maybe she's done with Barbie, but there's no way Warner Brothers is. Thank you, Matt, for pointing that out. All right, guys, I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to sign off of both Twitch and YouTube, and then I'm going to fire up Twitch again as a separate stream for some Mario Maker 2, where I try my best to go through their survival mode and see how many levels I can beat before I die fully. Spoiler, so far I've been getting upwards of 2 levels without dying and losing the 5 guys I'm allowed. I'm allotted 5 lives. And then it's just this tour de force going through all the different hot garbage levels that people have designed. It's very fun. It's very exciting. And honestly, it's a little bit infuriating watching me crash and burn over and over again. But we talk movies. We have a good time there. We talk other things. So please join Adam Does Movies on Twitch. And I should point out one last time, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you have a free Twitch account that you're not using probably. It's just there. It's just over there. And every month, Jeff Bezos gets $5 put into his account from you because you're not subscribed to any channels on Twitch. All you have to do is log in with your Prime account. Go to Adam Does Movies on Twitch. Follow, subscribe. You subscribe. I take Jeff Bezos' money. I take 60% of his money or 70% of it. And he's left with the meager remains. And by Jeff Bezos' money, I mean the $5 of his billion-dollar empire. Okay, let's not let him win this one. Okay, that's it. That's the video. Hope you guys had a good time. I will see you very soon. Hopefully some of you in a little bit. And we'll have some fun. All right, take care.